Welcome into the NBA 2K24 Summer League, live from Las Vegas. Oh, how things have changed, and it's grown since its inception in 2004.
Briefly before the game, he was a little nervous in his first game. And as he shoots it right there, guys, once he sees it go through the net a few times, Chris, I think it's safe to say he will be on Shooter's Paradise.
Come on, Chris. I think 3D you must have called the play in the huddle, 3D, because that's just too perfect a time.
That was perfect, wasn't it?
Come on, man.
Hey, the basketball gods like me, Zeke.
They really do. You be on point all the time.
Merrill looking to go 2 for 2. Mobley hitting the glass, the pump fake, and the make over 2 defenders. And that's the first.
You know, when you talk about Wichita State, right, that, you know, they're known for, you know, their tough guard play from a defensive standpoint. And then they develop into offensive players. But he's combined both, defense and offense. You know, you got to give the NBA a lot of credit. And then you got to give MSG, Madison Square Garden, and Jim Dolan a lot of credit for building the Sphere and the excitement that the Sphere has caused, you know, for the Summer League.
Ooh. Moses Brown parting the paint.
Whether they trade for it or whether they find it in the draft, you have to give them a lot of credit for what they've been able to do.
Harper on the finish. What he did defensively, the 5 blocks, and his ability to find his teammates.
I look at, you know, everyone, of course, always focus on the points scored, and that's how they judge if a player played well or didn't. I thought he was tremendous because on the defensive end, he had 5 block shots.
Noel Tegui, he was ready to let it go. Brown with the rebound. And 1. Outside shooting.
Yeah, well,
late
look
in the
at
air.
Wop.
Right on time, on top.
I mean, just straight
3-point range.
Straight killer.
Well, Pete Nance almost hit that jumper on the baseline.
But I wanted to tell this story about Larry Nance. Larry Nance and Brad Daugherty. So we all on the All-Star team together. And this is the first time I have an opportunity to really have conversation with him. And Larry Nance is talking about how he loves to build cars and, you know, change motors and everything else. And Brad Daugherty is talking about, you know, how he likes to go to, you know, car races. And I'm thinking, like,
it's the open look, but it's too short. Cooper on the break. Bates on the putback. The big man bodying inside. McCormick showing off what he can do around the basket. David McCormick out of Kansas. And a strong take as we start to see some of the guys longer on the roster get some burn here.
That are playing in the NBA, that have made, you know, significant contributions. And to see those two in the building today rooting for each other is great.
You know, that's a great point that you make as White connects from 3-point range with the greats, LeBron James, and his son, Bronny James, at the Nike Hoop Center.
Knowledge that's being passed on, it's sacred, but it's also changing the game.
Before you continue, let's make sure our audience know what we're talking about here, right? So, Carlos Boozer's son, Cameron Boozer, and his twin brother, Caden Boozer, both are ranked very high in their class, but Cam Boozer won the National Player of the Year as a sophomore, and is ranked, you know, whatever ranking you look at, 1, 2, or 3 in his class. And they just won the Nike EYBL championship today.
Yeah.
Right? And they had a tough go at it. The team that they beat today was headlined by Cooper Flagg, who had taken over the ranking as the #1 player. And there was a learning experience there.
Yeah.
But to have a dad like Carlos Boozer, you lose that kind of game, you go, this is what you need to do next time to be able to win, to your point.
And that's what, you know, we just heard Bickerstaff, Coach Bickerstaff for the Cavaliers, talk about experience. We were one of the first teams to come. But Warren Ligari starting this, Pete Nance, family, brotherhood. Come on. this is what the NBA is all about.
And the fans that stuck around to see the end of this one after the Cleveland Cavaliers took control, they just gave a nice clap to their team winning this one. Cleveland on top, 99-76.